Okay, here we go. Welcome to Coming Into Being for another Wednesday, another time to just take that step back from everything that's been going on for the day and just take it easy, connect in, let ourselves really just come into that place of just ourselves, just to connect, just to relax in, just to put everything aside. Everything's going to be there when we come back to it. Cherie, hello. Haven't seen you for a bit. Good to see you. And do stop by the chat, say hello. And if you'd like. So, we are living in interesting times. How often do we have to say that? Hey, Wisdom Happy here also. Real good. Yeah, it just keeps getting more and more interesting, doesn't it? Used to live in North Carolina and in Asheville, and we did have hurricanes that hit us when I was there, but it's really bad there. Just talked earlier to a friend who's over there, and she's doing really well. She didn't get hit too hard, but it's pretty bad, and people going crazy. And Lydia, hello, Lydia, also. So with that, remembering that this piece that I keep bringing here every Wednesday for people is one of the most crucial things we can do for ourselves. And when it gets more active out there, hey, Glenna, greetings from the Yukon to everybody from Glenna. It's all the more important to have that stability for ourselves, to establish that stability and taking that time. So we're continuing to do these Wednesdays, every Wednesdays, to provide this space, because it's always nice to have, that space that somebody is holding for us, so we can just kind of get in there for ourselves and just kind of let go a little bit more. So then with a group, it's good. And Sydney also on the other side. All right, so with that in mind, hopefully everybody's in pretty good wherever you're living is not as bad, but there's just some hot spots there for around the world. So let's take a nice deep breath in. Hold it at the top for a little bit. Just hold it, just really hold it and pull yourself in, and then just let it all out. And then coming back, finding your breath, coming to your awareness to your chest, and just your awareness on your breath. Quite a day. Finally had my meltdown. Good. Happy to be here. All right. Yes. Another hot spot there. More personal, but it all counts. So coming into that breath, just noticing your breath, just paying attention to that, letting it just be as it is, and just noticing the in and then the out. But if you take a little extra yawn, stretch, let it out, that's good. Releasing tension, releasing anything that's come before this moment. Becoming really aware of yourself and your environment. And letting yourself just pull back in to yourself. Inside, we have a tendency, a lot of us, especially empaths, of just this tendency to their energy just goes way out. You go out and you hear noise and you're already out there. Your energy's already out there with that noise. So let's hear that noise and then notice your body. Become aware of your body, your breathing again, your breath. Notice the sights around you and pull back so you can really have that sense of your body, and that space that your body is taking up in the space of your environment. And just, things start coming up when we pay attention to ourselves. When we just kind of slow down, and instead of running off with our minds or physically running off to do other things, when we just take that moment to just, let me see where I am. Coming into this is your territory, your body right here. Coming into your territory, your home, and paying attention to what's going on. What is it that I'm feeling here? Where is there stress? Where am I noticing stress in my body? Your shoulders pulled up a little bit. Relax down, relax them down. Just let that go. You're noticing your head. You're in your head a lot. Just okay. Deep breath into your head, and then release it all out with your breath, and then coming down further into your body. Settling into what you're sitting on. Yeah, pull that all down for everybody. So just focusing on what you're sitting on, your breath, noticing your breath, and just becoming aware of, your body, and then whatever it is you're on, a chair, the sofa, the couch, the bed, and what that texture is. Is it a hard chair? Is it a soft chair? Is it a couch that you just kind of fall into, really cushiony? Is it a hard mattress, a soft mattress? It's bringing your awareness into that, yeah. Yeah. There we go. So it's really important to come back to us, to self. And all the more so when things are crazy. And so there might not be anything going on in your environment, but there is globally. And so that is kind of in the psyche. Even if you're not kind of thinking about it, it's back there because we're all tapped in. And it's just a question of if we're picking that up consciously or not. So it's like the dust, the dirt, the fragments of all this stuff is just kind of hanging in the ethers. So we just need to just like say, okay, carve this out. It's like, nope, this is my space. I'm kind of extending that from the body to the energy field around you, arm's length out around you. Feeling, getting a sense of that boundary. So kind of having that image in your mind of you're centered in a little bubble. And inside inside your little bubble, let's make it nice and let's clean it up. The outside, it's not for you to worry about. At least not right now. Right now is your time. Some of you live in more polluted areas. Lydia, I feel like you're in a city where you've got kind of air pollution. For some reason that's coming up. And if it's not air pollution, it's probably going to be people pollution. And Earth Dancer, hi, welcome. So coming into that sense, it's like, your little bubble around you, your body centered on that, being aware of both as best as you can be. And reinforcing that for yourself. So it might not be the air pollution, but it might be the people pollution. Walking around with a lot of people who are stressed out about all sorts of things all over the place. And so that need to really hold that firmly for ourselves. Yeah, there we go. that boundary is very important. People who are highly sensitive, people who are empaths, uh, people who've been abused, depending on how. It's like there's, unfortunately, we've gotten the opposite training of having no boundaries. And so a lot of things come into the system. So we're more porous than we should be. Interesting with the pollution because I had my throat irritated all day. Yeah. Yeah. And so again, it could be the air, but again, it could be just that you've got other frequencies around your throat. And so it's irritating your system and it's showing up in your throat. So clearing that out. Yeah. Well, let's make that a little bit cleaner because people have that. Hi, Asta. There's that sense of, or Lydia. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Wisdom Happy. Lydia. I'm seeing the name, but I saw the Lydia's comment. Just remember to put my feet on the ground and not to lie down. Yeah, that's good for you. Yeah, good for you. See you. It's kind of habit starts kind of like, oh yeah, right. I need to do this. So good for you. So that was Lydia with her throat. Yeah, and I think there's a lot of air pollution in your area too, or unclean air. But anyway, so let's get this even cleaner for people because there's for the overall group, there's everybody's got kind of better sense of their, that little boundary. So that's pretty clear for everybody. But the internal of that space is not as clean as it needs to be. Oh, Roya, good. Hi, good to see you. So again, your body. So get a sense of your body. Walk you through all this again. And then arms length out. You can put your arms to both sides and stretch out your fingers and just kind of imagine that the edge of your fingers, as you stretch out, you can do above, kind of front and back. That's the edge of your field. So that's the extension of your territory. So still a little bit porous. So what you have a sense of that edge, then you want to come back to focusing on your physical body and coming in and pulling yourself into, again, inside your body. So inside the boundary of the skin. Skin level is that boundary. And just pulling in, yeah. Like you're pulling yourself into that very core channel inside the center of your body energetically. And as you do, what you'll notice, if you're, you might notice, or if you don't, just kind of just keep doing that, and eventually it'll pop in for you. You'll notice that as you pull in, it's like there's this radiance that expands out from your core. It's kind of doesn't make sense, but that's how it works. It's like you're concentrating your awareness, your energy into yourself so much that it just kind of expands out. Yeah. There we go. That's better. And see if you can notice the difference now as to before I said, okay, we're going to do this again. It's a lot brighter, a lot cleaner. the boundaries a little bit fuzzy on. Hey, Januar, welcome. Welcome back. I think you've been here before. So coming, yeah, so there's been a little fuzziness that's come up at the edge of the field where you really want to have that distinction of that edge. But so as we got everybody pulled in here, so keep pulling in your awareness into the core of your body. Pull in. Yeah, there we go. Keep doing that. That's good. It's just strengthening everybody here. And determination is coming through. Yes, that's good. Good determination. Yeah, this is a good thing to have. Be determined on. Lining up. Yeah. There we go. Much, even better than a minute ago. So notice that for yourself. First time you might do something, not getting it, let's do it again. Boom, you get it a little bit, let's do it again. And you get better. And you might catch yourself in a moment where you know, there's a lot of stress going on, whatever. So it's going to be hard that first time to just pull away, just kind of break. Might be in the room next door, or you just walked out of a situation and it's like, you're kind of like this. So first it's like, okay, it's really hard. You can barely, it's like, okay, take a deep breath in, come and recenter yourself again. Okay, take another deep breath in. Let's do it again. And each time you do it, you will get stronger. It will, you know, you'll clean up more. Okay. And notice what's coming up. So, Januar, I feel like you've got stuff around your throat, your neck area. Like there's a holding back that's coming up for you. Notice what comes up. Notice whatever for each of you, what is coming up for you as you come in. You know, it could feel like, God, I feel so much better. I feel so much more relaxed. I feel so much more at ease. Or it could be like, I'm having a hard time here. There's emotional stuff coming up. And so notice that, and that's okay. It's really good to notice that, to be aware of that, because that's probably what's kept you from being more centered in yourself, even if it's just for that day, for that hour, for that moment. It's kept you from yourself. So allowing yourself to go into that, connect with it, connect with it by just being aware of what it is. What is it you're feeling? What it is that's going on for you? Why is this coming up? Emotions might bring up even more emotions, and then let that come through. Because you could pull out of yourself and says, okay, well, I feel better out here. I'm going to go out here. You know, but the thing is that this stuff is still wherever it is. You know, throat seems to be coming up for a couple people, so I'm going to do the throat. It's still there, and so pulling out of your body just makes you just not noticing it. So you come back in, it's still there, and tell you, you can go deep with this stuff, and just these layers and layers and more and more and more that comes out, you know. So yeah, giving yourself that time to connect, to be real conscious of of where you are, what's going on for you right in this moment. Just being with yourself and just allowing yourself to be there. because I think everybody on this call can say that they have experienced at least once in their lifetime, at a crucial moment, that the person or the persons that needed to be there for them were not. And how horrible that felt. And I'd say everybody's basically felt that in their childhood. Just kind of, some maybe less than others, but at some point when you were a child, that happened, and how devastating that was. Bringing up that sense of lack of worth. I'm no good. I'm not lovable. I'm not good enough the way I am. I need to be something different. That's bringing up a lot. Yeah. A lot in the neck. So the neck is programming. You get a lot of stuff it's just programming in general. But just that piece about I have to be something else than who I am. So when you come into yourself and you're sitting with whatever is coming up in this moment of stillness, in this moment of silence and stillness, and just focusing on your breath, being aware of yourself, you are self-correcting that piece that happened to you from the external. You are saying to yourself, no, I'm worth this. I am worth my time. Even if it's just one quick moment right now. Even if I stop for one moment when I'm running off to some meeting, some appointment, some whatever, some job to do X, Y, Z, stop for one breath and say, no, me. Deep breath. And then moving on. Even if it's just that, less than a minute, you are saying to yourself, no. Me, just as I am. So when you're really feeling all this stuff coming up, if it starts to come up, saying, this is how I am right here, right now. It might not be that way next. This might not be my normal state of being, but this is how I am. End of story. I'm staying right here. I'm not going to try to change and be something else or pull out of my body so I don't feel this. This is exactly doing the same thing. When you pull out of yourself, pull away from yourself, instead of connecting in because you feel like shit, and feeling like shit physically, emotionally, mentally, or on your, hey, Ralu, you are here, yes. So whatever level you're feeling shit at, and spiritual too, spirit's like, God. And coming back in, saying, no, it doesn't matter. I'm worth this moment for myself. It counters everything else. Have to keep doing that and building that up. If you can only stay for a moment because there's so much tension, that's okay. You've done it for a moment. God bless you. And your spirit is saying, yes, let's get this shit out of the way so that we can connect more deeply. Spirit, human, coming in together. Yeah. Just throat is coming up. Throat is really coming up. So that's good because that's basically expression. That's, who we express. Notice when you have a hard time expressing yourself, you might. So again, this piece of really pulling into your body, coming into the center, feeling yourself in the center of your body, coming into your throat, you're having a hard time expressing. Is this me? Or is this someone else? Something else. You know, are you picking up somebody's frequencies here that you're around? You can pick up frequencies anywhere. It's like all of a sudden it's like, ooh, you know, who's there? What's there? It could be somebody, it could be just this, a control pattern, for example. You'll get a lot in the back of the neck with that. And if it's not, if you get a clear sense of like, no, this isn't me. So clear sense might be you tune into that. It's like all of a sudden you remember something that happened with somebody, person X, whoever person X is, family, friends, associates, whatever, it doesn't matter. Person on the bus, the guy you saw on the street doing something off the wall, whatever. Soon as, you know, that comes up, it's like, no, that's immediately, just notice that. Say, that's not me. And then notice your body, come into your body, feel your body, become aware of your physical body. Even if you have to touch it and say, okay, this is my neck. Separate that out from you. Don't hold on to that. And with any part of your body, so John, where it feels like you just need to go into that lower half of your body, waist on down, really come into that place for yourself. I come here, I come late or leave early, I drop, that's perfect. That's perfect. Wisdom happy, yes. You come here, period. And if it's a little late, a little early, you know, or you have to leave a little early, it's not the whole time. Good for you for coming in, even if it's for 10 minutes. Because it helps, it's like telling yourself, no, this is important, even if it's only for 10 minutes. So like I said a minute ago, even on your way to running out somewhere, you stop, you take a deep breath in. This is a breath for myself. And then exhale. This isn't even 30 seconds that it takes to do that. And then you go off 30 seconds. You're telling yourself, no, I'm important. This is important. I need to do this for myself to reestablish my connection with myself so that I can be stronger here. And then when you're stronger here, then you can hold more strongly around others, and then people around here, they won't necessarily say consciously, they might, but they won't necessarily say consciously, but they'll say at that subconscious level, at that spirit level, they'll go, I want that. I see what she's doing, and that's what that I want that. And it starts impacting people. So yeah, John, where I say you need to do this piece for yourself more, and maybe you're doing it already, but I say more, into your whole pelvic area, into your whole pelvic region, and especially the genital area. Really bring yourself, your energy, owning that, appreciating that, giving yourself love. And again, whatever area of your body, guys, needs it, do it. It could be your feet, your toes. It could be your hands, you know. You might feel like your hands are just ugly as hell, whatever. Do that. Just come in, feel into that area, be present. Take out an anatomy book or look it up online and look at those images. And as you look at those images, put your awareness into whatever area of your body you're doing this with. And as you're looking at those images, so you have that detailed information of the physical anatomy and physiology, you go and you feel into that area as you do that, and you say, this is mine. This is me. And pushing everything else out. Pushing out the abuse, pushing out maybe the corporal punishment, pushing out the psychological impact of a comment that was made, or even if it wasn't said, energetically thrown at you, energetically out there. You get hit by all this stuff. So again, that piece about coming into ourselves, corporal punishment. God, Glenna, I feel that is connected up with schooling for you. Whew. So putting all of that out, you know. So let's clean all of that up for everybody. There's stuff that's in the field, so let's clean that out because it's brought stuff to the surface so that we can release it. Take a deep breath in. Release it. Release it all the way out. Just exhaling the breath all the way out, 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 out until it just comes back in. Releasing it out and coming into your chest, into the regular breathing. Being aware of the regular breath. Letting your breath just be as it is. If it's shallow, that's fine. If it's deeper, that's fine. Just allowing yourself to relax into that. Coming into your body, into yourself. Remembering that bubble, though. That bubble, but coming into your body. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Home. This is home. And doesn't it feel nice to really be home without all this other stuff? Yeah. So let's kind of hang out here. Just to strengthen that. Coming into that stillness. Yeah, and in that stillness, a deep place in existence beyond everything else. Coming into that place of rest, relaxation, of just being. And kind of clearing out that poor channel for people. There we go. Staying with the breath and whatever comes up, just noticing that. Just letting it be, just keeping the awareness coming back. If you kind of catch something, just coming back to that breath, noticing that breath, sinking into that breath. Yeah. Maybe some sadness coming up. You know, and it actually feels like sadness for not having had enough of this before, not really doing this before. So it's never too late. And you're here now, so that's good. That's fine. Oh. Yeah. Glenna, your neck is really coming up. I remember you bringing up that last time. So there's a lot of programming. And I'll tell you, there's so much programming that comes into the neck. It's amazing. I mean, that's sort of like the main programming area here, where you get plugged into. But we get plugged in, the usual thought is like, aliens, ETs, right, control sources and all that. But our thoughts, our beliefs, they're like plugs into that. Who you think you are, who you believe, the beliefs you have held on about yourself, that you've heard and that you've held on or that you inherited. So it's in your chemistry, and so it just perpetuates itself that way too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And so it's a good way to start is just saying, no, I'm done with this. You might still have to work through some of that stuff, but at least starting by saying, no, I'm done with it, opens up the door for saying, all right, time to like filter all this stuff out. Yeah. And then you might also notice, because I'm seeing that coming up, so Glenna, this is coming up for you. Let's see, anybody else? Well, I'll check with other people in a minute. But it's your right side and your left side. If you notice that there's kind of this distinction between right side, your left side, you gotta you'll get when there's things that are coming in at the human level, it's going to come in through the right side. Now you might feel it all the way to your left side, but that's how far it's gotten into you. And then as it shifts out, if you're tuning into a high enough level, you'll literally feel it move out that way. So I'm saying that, Glenna, because I see there's a lot. You're starting to have that. It's starting to show. So which means you're going at a deeper. You're refining more what you're clearing up for yourself. Gracious love, sending abundant blessings to all these miraculous times. Yes, that indeed. And so that you're really holding on fast. You're kind of just kicking up the storm, and so you've got this layer that's peeling off, but it was kind of really showing up as that right side. So a lot of that human level programming in your spirit on the right side. Is that why my right side is often tighter than my left side? What's you answer that question for yourself here. What do you think? Does that make sense to you, that that would be why your right side is tighter than your left? So that's good. So just to begin with, you're noticing that difference between the right and left. It's a lot of pushing in from people on this. How did that go off now? All right, sorry about that. It might happen again, but hopefully not. I don't know where that little alarm is from. Accidental. We love these little spontaneous whoops. Let's see. I'm just kind of run through the list. Sandra joined. Hello, Sandra. We've been here for a little bit, but let's see if anything else comes in. Yeah, sure. You've got stuff in the neck. Sydney, yes. Earth Dancer, yes. Yes, everybody's got stuff in the neck. But, like I said, it's a lot of pain in the right side, hip and neck. Yeah, so there we have it. Like I said, I mean, yeah, basically everybody. As I kind of run through just the names that I see on the chat here. Everybody's got that. So it really comes down. I mean, it's that simple. It's beliefs that we have that are incongruent with where we want to be. You could be in a place where you're fine with everything in your life, and then one day you say, "Well, I want something better." So it's like I want a better relationship than what I've got. So when you start to move in that direction, that's going to bring up all these kind of beliefs and programs, but beliefs, keeping it to beliefs. Yeah, and you too, Caroline. Me too. Yes, all of us. Um, and you may notice it's like, well, okay, some you have beliefs. It's like, well, so it's kind of sticking to the topic of relationship. Since I started there, it's says, well, all of a sudden you pick up. It's like, oh, I've got this belief. I've got to be a certain way to be in a good relationship. Like I've got to be a doting wife, for example, doting partner. Um, and when you start to realize, it's like, oh God, yeah, I got, you start making the connections, and notice if your neck starts to like, you really you feel like something's holding you by the neck. So clear through that, and you can, even put your hands back there and say, no, release. I got to release that. There's a lot of ways to release that. So right side, hip and neck. Yeah. So notice when it gets stronger and what's just happened around you, what you've been around. Somebody's like really trying to, um, there's stuff with school. I feel like, like I want to say authority figures, administration. There we go. Authority figures also, same, can kind of be both the same category, right? The same people coming in at you. So I feel like and sometimes you're kind of in this tricky area where you kind of have a sense of, like an intuitive sense of, well, it'd be better done this way, but then you've got these rules and regulations that are saying, you can't do it this way. So that feels like that's part of what's coming in at you. Whew. Wow, that's pretty prickly too. So getting back to where we were at the beginning with this, of just coming into yourself. Okay, let's put all of that aside. Sometimes there's just nothing we can do about certain circumstances, whatever. It's beyond ourselves. But we can come into ourselves. We can take that moment and say, okay, everything else outside, right now, it's just me. And coming into self. Miss Ella, shifted a whole new way, right her second new moon. Took her out, no fear. No. Oh, good for the kitty. Our kitty, our little CIB kitty. Ella is getting more confident in herself. That's good to hear. See, look at what you're doing for her. There we go. So pushing all that other stuff. Again, even if it's just for one breath, that's the only amount of time you have. Just stopping right there, wherever you are, in the middle of the street, taking a deep breath in, and then exhaling it out. This is me first. In this moment, me first. Everything else can wait. It's a huge step, yeah. Pushing everything else out. All the way. And you can even put your arms out, and with your hands just push and keep pushing. I'm going to go off the screen for Instagram and then in a minute for YouTube, but keep pushing out until your arms are stretched out. It's in my space. staying with your awareness in the center of your body, even if your arms aren't stretched. I really emphasize that because people can, even though they're focusing on their field, but they need to really be focused on their body with with that peripheral awareness of your field. And the second week, she just started to transform within days, having a voice, using it, recognizing, yay, happy, turning into a happy kitty. Look what you've done for that kitty. That's fantastic. Good for you. And when you get to the edge of your field, just like you can snap your fingers if you want, just to put that auditory reference point. It's the edge, boom. Kind of feeling like you're touching it. Your space, yeah, really good. Okay. And so whatever is coming up, if you're noticing stuff right now around you, that's like, say, no, this is not me. So say it right now, not me. This is not me. It's not who I am. This is not me. Feel your body. Even touch your body if you want to really emphasize that. This is me. And say, this is me. It's not me. This is me. Ah, yeah. Just let that go. And all the way through. So I'm doing the head because that's what's getting seen on screen. Do your whole body. Wherever you need to bring your awareness. Do your whole body. Ah. Saying that, doing that is a way to love yourself. A way to bring back wholeness to you. Yeah. Could be the heart space. Could be the lower back. It could be the legs. It could be the feet. Oh, maybe you feel like your feet are too big, your hands are too big or too small, or your nose, whatever it is. Your ears stick out. Love those ears. Yeah, very good. All right, as we kind of come to, sorry about that. I guess it's going to go on repeat here. As we come to a wrap here, this is my little value donation. If you'd like to make a donation, YouTube, it's on the screen. For Instagram, it's follow the link in the bio. You'll get taken to the right place. Just taking a lot of pain. Same. Okay, I'm not sure what that's in. I missed that same earlier, so I'm a little lost on that, Glenna, but that's all right. Thank you, Marianne. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for stopping by. And every Wednesday we're here. Is there anything else I need to say? Asta, you're welcome, Asta, and Cherie, welcome. I'm starting to kind of slowly put it out there. So for my coming in the being group, primordial sessions, if you're curious about those, you can get in touch with me at customers@unboundedandfree.com, or via Instagram, and ask me about that. They are paid sessions, but and this is free. So if you can't afford the paid sessions, come here, because we do a lot of, you get a lot of clearing when when you come here. So that's good too. And sometimes get more specific information, like today, a little bit for some people, more than others. But thank you, Marianne from Glenna. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. It was nice to see you and the new people and people who've been here before. It's always good to see people and show up. We had a good group today. So taking another good breath in as we end this. Feeling yourself coming into this place, feeling you, even if there's tension somewhere else in your body, pulling you to one side or the other, taking that breath and saying, yeah, I can feel that. That doesn't feel comfortable. I can feel that, but this is me right here. Connecting with yourself, holding yourself. It's like, no, I'm important. Oh, yeah, there we go. This is me. And I matter. I matter to myself. If I don't matter to anybody else, well, the hell with them. I matter to myself. So I'm taking this breath for myself right here, right now. Yeah, very good. Good work, everybody. So yeah, so see you next time in the ethers if you're not on coming into being, but in the ethers definitely. And have a good rest of your week. And we'll see you next time you show up here. I'll be here next Wednesday and next time whenever you show up. So thank you from Sydney, from Carolina. Yeah, thank you all for stopping by. So it's a pleasure to spend this time with you. So take care, everybody.